Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? Today I have a short video over the new 2016 and 2017 MacBook Pro. I got this very recently, and like everyone else, I ran into the issue of not really having any ports. I have two over here, two Thunderbolt 3 and a headphone jack, so I needed my old USBs, but most importantly, to me anyways, I needed my SD card reader. Because as someone who creates content, I have tons of SD card stuff that I need to read. So I didn't want to have a ton of stuff extending out of my laptop all the time, because that's not a clean way of doing things. Obviously, that's just not ideal. So I wanted one thing to do everything, and that is where I found this. Now there are a few, well, there's more than a few variations of these things. This one is made by a company called Charjen. It is pretty much color matched to the laptop. It's very close. It plugs into both ports on the side, just like so. There's a little indication light to show you that it's working. It's pretty much flush with this, pretty much, ish. It gives you back one Thunderbolt pass through, so this one you can charge the thing through, or you could hook it up to something like that 5K monitor that like charges it and makes it into a USB hub and all that. This first port, that's the Thunderbolt port. It's unaffected basically. The second one is just a USB-C port. That means it's a little bit crippled. It'll run anything that a standard USB-C port would run, theoretically. And then you have the SD card reader, and that's what I really like, because like I said, I have a lot of SD card content, and it was extremely inconvenient getting this thing and not having an SD card slot. I believe Apple could have put an SD card slot in this thing. They just didn't want to. I understand it's a really thin machine and all, but I like that SD card slot. So this brings it back. There's also a micro SD card slot if you need it. And you have your two USB 3.1 ports, just like just typical USB ports. I don't have anything laying around, but your normal USB ports. So this thing is about the size of like a stick of gum, but longer, I guess. It's pretty small. You can fit it in your pocket if you want to put it in your pocket. I just keep it in my laptop bag. Takes up basically no room. It is metal. It's not Apple quality metal. It's like a thinnish metal that's wrapped around this inside metal band, and then it's got like a screw here to like hold it in place and everything. It's not gonna break, I don't think, but it's not just like a solid hunk of metal. You can tell it's not completely solid. If you have a lot of weight hanging on it, it will like bend, and I was really concerned about that, but I'm pretty sure this is about as solid as you can make one of these things. And I started paying attention to my charger when I plugged it in, and these ports are under a lot of pressure anyways, and I'm pretty sure this is what's actually bending. Nothing to do with the computer. Pretty sure the computer is really solid, and this is like flexing a little bit if you put weight on it. I'd suggest not putting weight on it. Sometimes I can't help it doing what I'm doing, but that's that. I really like the thing, except it doesn't have HDMI, but that's both good and bad. Since it doesn't have HDMI, it can be smaller. It can be quite a bit smaller. There is a version of these with HDMI, but they're usually about, let's say, this long. They're thicker to accommodate the width of the HDMI port itself. So nothing's free. You gotta pay for size. So I chose this. If you do want HDMI, for me it's something I'd use occasionally, so I would just get another adapter, plug it into this USB-C port, plug it in, you're good to go. or just plug it straight in here, USB-C. I'm pretty much never going to use this USB-C port, I think, so I'm just going to use it for other adapters if I ever need anything. Maybe Ethernet, maybe HDMI, I don't know. This is all I have right now, and it's serving me pretty well. So yeah, the box, this is what the box looks like. It's pretty basic, but according to some people's tests and my research, looking at reviews and everything, this is, if not the best, it's one of the best in this form factor. There are bigger ones, there are, you know, there's more ones with more ports, there's even big desktop docks, but if you want this size, this one is probably the best. It tends to power stuff a little better, like you can hook multiple things to it. With some of the real cheap ones, it'll start to not power stuff correctly, and this will do that too. I mean, it's not perfect, nothing's perfect, but this one, it does better than some of the other competition. So that is that. I wanted to show you guys that. I thought it was really nice. Didn't want to do a video over a million freaking dongles because no one's going to carry that around anyways, or at least I'm not going to. So you should head out and get one of these if you need it, if you're in my situation. I'm going to have a review coming out for this laptop as well, so stay tuned for that. You can subscribe if you want, but yeah, links in the description. Go check it out, and I will see you guys in the next video. If you have questions, leave it in the comments. I'll try to respond as quick as I can. But yeah, see you guys later.